What's up, guys? Welcome back to another New Age DFS UCL preview. Hope you guys did all right today. The
I know I
goalkeepers,
didn't.
the goalkeeper department was not there. Don't play goalies versus City. Play
Yeah,
Benzema in UCL and play Bernardo in UCL.
I'll hold my hands up and say that I got this slate wrong for once. I thought this game would be cagey and low scoring. It definitely was not that. But new day, and hopefully gonna bounce back.
Yeah, just one more thing to add. All the guys who you never would pick in a million years were the guys who popped off, especially for cash, like Bernardo and
Berlin,
Benzema
Mendy.
and Ferland Mendy, who we talked crap about the whole time. And then he goes and gets two ridiculously corny assists. One of them, what he didn't even
There's always Vinicius Jr. running like 45 yards.
Just crazy. But let's get into this one. It shouldn't be as tricky, this one, but we'll see. Liverpool minus.
It's a big I like my big favorite slates rather than my close.
But you don't
games.
like you don't like Villarreal.
Oh yeah, because they just nullify the odds every time and win.
So Liverpool minus 333. Robertson and Trent will split sets as usual, and Parejo, our favorite player, Cruz V2 for Villarreal. So, captain in this cash, you're probably captaining Trent or Robertson. I usually always just lean Robertson because he's cheaper, but I don't know. Trent's corners also haven't been that good recently from what I've been seeing.
He hasn't been that good himself. Like, it feels like he's just been off the pace the last few weeks.
Yeah, it just seems like it's the Robertson show recently.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Salah, Mane, and Diaz are the projected front three. They're also the most expensive. You can't fit them all unless you fade the fullbacks, which you're not doing in cash, but GPP, sure.
GPP, yeah. I think
how do you rank them? Point per dollar, how do you rank them?
They're all kind of a similar price range. I think Mane's the most likely for me to fade just because he's probably not as elite as Salah, not as cheap as Diaz. So he's kind of like in the weirdest range. And Diaz has been the better one in the Champions League. So yeah, Salah and Diaz are my favorite of the two. Of the three, I mean, and then Mane, probably a tier below.
Yeah, and Diaz has just been good. Liverpool were struggling versus Everton. Diaz came on, changed the whole game, and that pretty much was it. I think there's probably a 95% chance that you see Diaz in my cash lineup tomorrow. Salah and Mane, though, they're the tricky ones.
Salah's always more owned.
Salah got the PKs. I'm sure he's just going to, by default, just be 95% owned.
Yeah, exactly.
But I seriously might fade him. But
GPP, it's an interesting fade for sure. Like, I always try to, I kind of even out my ownership between them all, despite what the rest of the field does.
Yeah, and then Mane at striker has been, really good, though. Really good. But I don't know. He's kind of tough to gauge in this kind of spot because, Villarreal are just going to park. So is Mane going to get his chances, or is it just going to come from the wingers of, Robertson, Trent, Salah, Diaz type thing?
Yeah.
So Trent, he hasn't been as good recently. GPP can always make the argument to fade.
Yeah.
Because most of his crosses right now are just coming from corner kicks, not from open play. But hopefully it's 0-0 for long enough where he just has to cross, right? But we'll see. Maybe this game just becomes 4-3 like we saw today, and Trent is not even close to being near worth. And you just need the goal contributions. Robertson, even though he's priced up, he's been the better guy. He's been crossing an open play, shooting an open play, doing everything you need. So definitely playing him. And then you get the decision of goalkeeper, Allison. Every time you think that you got a gauge on Champions League, you tell yourself, don't play goalie, don't play goalie, don't play goalie, don't play goalie. You still somehow play goalie. And then if you hop off, the goalie drops 30. So I don't know what to do with Allison tomorrow. He's a little pricey in terms of the attackers who could just outscore him easily if he gives up a goal.
Yeah. I mean, for GPP, I always just go back to the well. It's probably one of the holes in my game is that I keep going to goalkeepers, even though recently it's not been working out. Although it did last showdown for the Premier League Crystal Palace game. And that's just my strategy. I think I'm just going to continue to do it, is probably be overweight on goalkeepers and pray for low scoring. Since when it's right, I'm going to obviously do well, and I just have to accept it when it goes wrong.
Yeah, because the ownership on these attackers for Liverpool are going to be ridiculous, like 50% plus for all of them. And then obviously Alisson,
he's still like 30, I imagine.
I thought Ederson was going to be like 45% today, and he was like 30. So, and now Alisson is priced in a good matchup, but he's tough. He's tough to put a finger on. Most expensive Villarreal guy we got is Danjuma. He's on penalties. If you want to build a GPP team with him captain for a penalty, sure.
If they score, you'd think it'd be him.
Right.
So, always getting a game script build. Yeah, why is Joe Marino not in projected?
Hamstring injury.
That makes me feel a little bit more confident in Alisson, at least.
Thiago's a little pricey. I mean, he's been getting to like 10, not in these games. He's been
playing just good, too, just like in real life.
Yeah, but he's not like the 4K or the 5K. He's 7K. Like, that's a little much.
Yeah.
Parejo, like Cruz today, I ended up cowarding myself into playing Cruz for his 5 points or whatever. There's literally zero chance I will play Parejo tomorrow. Literally
I don't think so. Even it's like your Villarreal piece, you got to play someone.
Literally zero chance. Absolute zero chance. No chance. Absolutely not. I'd rather just because you think you could get like 5 that he could get from a center back. We saw Militao get 7 today.
Yeah, that
could happen. So I'm not playing Parejo. If you want to do it, sure. Hope Danjuma gets subbed and he gets the penalty or something. But yeah, Van Dijk's even priced up at 5,200. I can't pay that for Van Dijk. GPP, I mean, he's tall.
Yeah.
Chukwueze, I mean,
not in a bad spot. He's in a cheap attacker.
Right, but I don't know. Konate's just been like the killer off these corners. If he gets good service, he's putting it in the goal. So GPP, I'm definitely having him because he is literally unmarkable. Him and Van Dijk are unmarkable on corners. He seems like your kind of center back, right?
Yeah, I like him when they're 3K this. Like, you put him in the last man in. I have to actually work hard to fit him when he's that much.
I would say if you are playing him, you want to captain Robertson or Trent in that.
Yes.
Because he's not scoring, not assisted by them 95% of the time. So,
I mean, you could also just captain one of the attackers and hope it's like 4-0 and say Salah gets a brace, Konate gets a goal, then assist for Robertson. That would also work.
Yeah, and even though Villarreal have been winning these games and all that, squeaking their way by, they're still giving up a ridiculous amount of fantasy points to the wingers. And, we saw Bayern got a lot of points. So even though Villarreal could win, their guys might not be on the winning team. So Lo Celso might be an interesting piece.
He's not bad for that price.
He gets that like 8-12 points range.
Sometimes.
I mean, he gets those points when it's just 4 fouls drawn and all that. So if you're looking for that, sure. Left back, we see it's a Stupinian. He's really good when he's not in a game where he has to just park the bus.
He's really good when he's playing for Ecuador. I don't know about La Liga. He's been kind of meh.
Yeah, so maybe not him, but Henderson probably will get subbed. But
not bad for that price.
People always go to Henderson. He's not really my cup of tea, but
I don't mind him at all. Rulli?
I really do think Rulli is going to be chalk tomorrow, just because Liverpool gets shots off for fun. Rulli likes to nuke, as we like to say, especially in these. It seems like these first legs, but I don't know.
I don't know.
He could have negative, but he definitely has the most upside.
Sure. I keep falling into that trap of picking the big underdog goalkeeper and they drop negative, which I still worry about again. Like De Gea was the same thing for the Man United Liverpool game, just got absolutely torn apart when the foot just like threw 4 past him and he had like 1 save.
Yeah, but Villarreal actually have defenders, unlike Man United, so
It's still
maybe
just
that helps.
Liverpool, though. I worry about.
If we see Trigueros starting, I'd be interested. He's
That's
not
not
in
bad at all.
projected. He's not in projected for some reason, but
He's got a
I
bit of a
would,
goal scoring flair.
yeah, I'll play him. Fabinho, I wish he was like 3,200, not 38, because he's
He'll,
not
he'll,
getting more than
he'll
4.
still likely be the cheapest Liverpool guy in the field.
He is, but he's
And
not
people just
worth it for.
automatically default to putting him in the.
You can play a Villarreal guy and get the same amount of points for cheaper
Yeah,
down
but
here. So.
the field, I don't think he'll do that.
Yeah, well, that's why we're smarter in the field, right?
Other than today.
Capu, 3,600. I mean, he's really been like pretty good, to be honest with you. He's the midfielder that, can get there. He has those moments.
Yeah,
If you have 3,600, I'll play him for the last guy in.
sure.
Foyth, we love
Same thing.
Foyth. We love our Foyth wingback, 3,200. Hope he gets you 10 tackles and call it a day. And yeah, that's about it. But any final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say a brief, word of advice for GPP Showdown is make sure you game stack. Like if you're playing GPP, build for a score line. Like correlate your team. Like say you're building for build like say okay, I think this game's gonna be 1-0 and it's gonna be scored by a center back. I'm captaining Trent or Robbo, picking that center back, picking Allison, then I'll pick like Rolly or Parejo or just whatever Villarreal piece has like a decent chance of getting like some good floor points. And I do that for different builds. So say 3-3, I'll pick like a couple attackers on each side. Stuff like that.
Yeah, you want to spread out, you want to have the same like core of guys, but spread them out with the boomer bust guys like Mane, Salah,
Yes.
Diaz type thing.
Although for Liverpool, I think anyone is fadeable in GPP. Like all these different guys have so many different ways of getting points, and any of them can outscore each other, whether that be an attacker or a fullback. So I'm down to fade any of them. I don't think I'm not gonna have one set Liverpool guy in all of my teams.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys crush this showdown. Hopefully, the goalkeeper situation isn't as horrible as it was today. And hopefully, we don't get a brace from Arno Danjuma or something to just ruin our feelings. But yeah, we got golf preview coming out later. MLB, we keep on crushing. Got Europa League coming up this week, Premier League. So make sure you guys join us. Link in the description. We'll see you all later.
Peace.
Peace.